Well, hello everyone, welcome back to another video. And if you happen to just watch my last one, you'll notice I'm in the same clothes because I'm starting this video the day before the mulching when I filmed the ending to the last one. So as you can see, I've got the girls out here and I'm going to turn you around and explain things here because it kind of got a bit of a joke going on. So when I say joke, I mean it's kind of a mess, it's kind of chaos. But part of that 2026 funding is this bush back here is going to be mulch along the fence line so that I can easily get in and replace that perimeter fence. There's a couple patches of trees back here too, back over here, just to be able to get to those perimeter fences. So this was the section that I reseeded earlier this year. It's a pretty good take of those legumes and alfalfa. I will put a picture in here just for comparison of what this did look like. So it looks really good. I do not want to graze this hard, but what you can see is that a lot of the older grasses here, like obviously they've grazed through them, but it's starting to get too mature and they don't want it. So what I'm doing is while I'm back here today, because there's no electricity or really a solid fence around this entire perimeter, and as I say that, there is a coyote right over there. But long story short, I'm just going to let them in to graze this for half a day here while I'm back here tearing down fences. Now, I'll go over and explain what's going on over there too. I'm really happy with how this seeding took. Like, it's, I cannot complain at all. But even on the parts that they did graze, they didn't do too terrible of a job wrecking everything. But again, I've been moving them through real quick. So yeah, I don't want to damage these new plants, but I also don't want the rest of it to get too over mature. So I'm just going to let them in here to kind of top the grass and do their thing. They're all excited. They've never been in this pasture before, so they're like, woohoo, fresh meat. I'm interested to see how much mulch is actually going to be on the ground, because even though like this bush here is still part alive, I'm going to have them take it out. Anything that is not doing well, like even these trees here, we didn't have tent worms come through. I'm not sure why a couple of these trees are dying right here. Might be sickness, it might be something else, but either way, they're going to get mulched. Anything that is half dead or standing dead or laying on the ground or along the fences is gonna be gone. So again, I hate doing this, but this is not ideal to have this much deadfall back here, especially living next to those train tracks. We get fires, especially in the springs, but sometimes even in the fall. In fact, a couple years ago, where that bush is out the back there, it's right beside the fence. If I wouldn't have been back here with the skid steer that day when that fire happened, I probably wouldn't have had an opportunity to shut it down. Like, I was able to get it away from the bush, and then by that time the fire department was here, so I could work on getting my horses out of here, because that was, I want to say that was May or June, a couple years ago, 3 years ago I guess it was. I want to say it was June 2023. So anyway, if I wouldn't have been back here with the skid steer already that evening, this would have hit this bush, and then it would have got hot and away it went. But now that I've yacked your guys' ear off, let's roll it to tomorrow for the mulching. Well, welcome to mulching day. We're slowly making progress. He's really efficient on everything that he's doing. So if you're in the central Alberta area and you're looking for a mulching, land clearing, dirt work, highly recommend this company. I'll put a scan of their truck here and their phone numbers on it if you want to pause and grab it. Really, really good guy to deal with. And like I said, he came and quoted this in like February, I think it was. And worked with me as far as the funding, because I said like, oh, I don't know if I can do it like financially if it's not if I don't get the funding. So yeah, it was awesome to work with him. So got that gigantic pile all cleared and he's working his way over there. You can see this whole area in the middle here. Apparently there was a fence there. Not in my lifetime, that's for sure. I'll have to ask Mom if it was in her lifetime of owning this farm. Yeah, so I had to rip that out with the skid steer because man, oh man, that was it was a lot of wire everywhere. It was a page wire and barbed wire fence. So yeah, got that out of the ground and keep just plucking away at everything. Are you unhappy? They were all just standing up at the gate and the donkey was staring longingly. Poor babies. Couple more hours, guys. Well, we have hit the end of day one of mulching. I don't know if he thought he could get it all done in one day, but that's what I thought would happen. But either way, he's going to come back tomorrow morning and finish it up. So he's working on the fence line right now, and he's not quite all the way through on that end. So I'm probably better explain why I wanted to mulch instead of just piling this and burning it. And my thought process behind this was, one, it's easier to mulch. Two, you're adding all of that organic material and all of that goodness back into the soil. So I don't know if I've mentioned it or not, but what'll happen back here is I'm gonna just like lightly go over it with the rototiller on the tractor. And when I say lightly, I mean like basically just skimming the top, just to kind of flatten everything out, work up those high bits of soil and get them worked back down flat with the rest of it. And that'll kind of mix that in a little bit with as far as what mulch is there. So with doing that, and then this whole area will get seeded. So that's why I wanted it mulched versus just hiring an excavator to come in here or a cat or whatever and pushing it all out into a pile and then burning it. Is I figured let's put all of that good organic material back into that soil. But yeah, overall I'm really happy with progress on day one.